welcome to episode 3 of Southern Stew. How are you doing? And if this is your first time, my name is Regina or Gina, and we have Melissa, Cynthia,
Hello.
and joining us tonight for the very first time is Stephanie.
Hello. Yay.
Thank you.
We have a
It's-
special guest,
and a
Mr.
special
Kodak.
guest. Yeah.
Mr.
We got-
Kodak. He doesn't speak. He's just here for prompt purposes because he's so beautiful.
He might
Oh.
actually speak. You don't know. He might want to.
He
Tell us
made
a few
it.
things. I may bork. Tonight we do not have Debbie. She is out tonight, not feeling well. So one comes in, one comes out. It just seems
Just
to
the
be
way it
going that
goes.
way. Maybe one day we'll actually get an episode where all 5 of us are together. All right. So tonight our topic is movies or other kind of entertainment. So what movie was the last movie that you saw? Let's start with Stephanie.
I watched the new Netflix movie Damsel. Have you guys seen that one?
I have seen
No.
it.
It actually impressed me with the dragon. Like they gave her intelligence, which is a check for me, and that she liked to play cat and mouse, which was nice. The acting in it was pretty good. I'll give them that. I liked it. What did you think, Gina?
Well, I'll tell you. Hold on, just a second. When you say she, you're actually referring to the dragon, right?
Yes, I was
Yes.
referring to the dragons.
Okay. So let me look up what her name is real quick. But the voice actress that did the dragon, oh my gosh, she's like one of my favorite voice actors ever. Let's see.
Yeah, they did a great job with it. I was really impressed.
So what's it about?
Man, I
Like
think
just
I'm,
a quick summary.
I'm probably going to butcher her name. Her name is Shora, and I'm not even going to attempt to say that last name. But oh my gosh, she's like one of my favorite voice actors, and she's got like a natural deep voice, and it's so sultry and so hot. Anyway, but so yeah, like in that show, there's zero adjusting to her voice for the dragon. That is literally her voice.
Yeah,
And that's insane, right?
yeah,
I'll
she
have to
did
watch
awesome.
that.
Millie Bobby Brown played the
Yeah.
princess.
My biggest critique for the entire movie was that they spent a little bit longer than I would have liked on her getting there, but not actually showing, like at the beginning they showed a little bit of her growing up in this very, what's this word to explain it?
Desolate.
Yeah, desolate, very harsh environment.
Mhm.
And then, later on, she's applying her intelligence or whatever, and maybe skills for survival to help her survive the dragon. And I wish they kind of had a juxtaposition there where they showed something that she was doing in her hometown, in her everyday life, that she did just to survive where she came from, and applied that there. I think that would have made, kind of a better transition to show
Yeah.
you, that she's
Well, I
not
mean-
just smart and clever, but she's also resourceful and stuff like that.
Yeah, like she had, good stamina because it did show her in her hometown out cutting the wood for people, supplying them with wood because
And she had a
they
good
were
work
freezing.
ethic. That was one of
Yeah.
her things,
She was strong,
Mhm.
had high endurance. And so, I mean, I guess you could say she used that toward in the movie to, hide and fight and run, and climb like she did to get away from the dragon. I was like, oh, she just rode 320s in a row with the, with the axe or the dagger, clawing her way up. And I was
So
impressed.
question, is this a drama, romance? What is
I would
this?
say
Or
this
is this
is
strictly
it's kind of a suspense slash fantasy movie.
Yeah.
You've got
You have
it's
Robin
kind of like a
Wright.
fairy tale, but
Yeah.
not.
Is this
Nick,
appropriate for children to watch? Like,
Yeah,
say,
absolutely.
under 13?
I would let my son watch it, and he's 11. So
yeah,
Cool.
like I
I
think
think
it's
so.
actually PG-13 because there is a little bit of blood and stuff.
Yeah,
But it's not that bad. I mean, it's not bad.
So it's a movie, it's not a series.
it's
It's
a
a movie.
movies. Yeah, it's so I can read you what it says. It says it's a young woman agrees to marry a handsome prince only to discover it was all a trap. She is thrown into a cave with a fire-breathing dragon and must rely solely on her wits and will to survive. That's all it says.
Ooh. I might have
So,
to check this out
And it was called what again?
Damsel.
damsel.
Yeah,
on Netflix.
it's on
Mhm.
Netflix. Another thing, another criticism I had about it was I didn't like the amount of makeup that they put on
Yeah,
her. I thought it was just a little bit too much. Like her little sister in that was beautiful, and I kind of wish they would let her go a little bit more natural, like her
Yeah.
sister appeared in it. But they overdid it. On
It was a
makeup
little
just
too
bit.
much for the era,
Yeah, like you could
yeah.
clearly tell she had like makeup on. They
Yeah.
tried to do it a little, like they pulled it back a little bit, but I would say like as much makeup as you see that I have on, that's about how much she had on. So it was like,
Yeah.
maybe a little bit too much there. But other than that, I think the costumes were good. I could tell that some of the like backgrounds and stuff, you could tell just a little bit that they were, like cell shaded or they were, CGI. But I thought it
Yeah.
looked great. The dragon, I agree with you. The dragon was on point. I wish they had done
Mhm.
Smog that way in The Hobbit.
Oh yeah.
It was a much better dragon than The Hobbit. Yeah.
I'm interested now.
Yeah, she's a gold dragon.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And
Melissa's like, I don't play D&D, so I don't really understand where you're coming from.
Well, for non-D&D players, the dragon that is in Smog is not actually a dragon, it's a wyvern. And
Oh, I know all about those now.
Yeah.
In the book,
So-
Cynthia. That's what's in the book.
but the dragon in Smog was supposed to be a dragon, but in the movie for The Hobbit, they gave us a wyvern, basically, just a really big wyvern.
Mhm.
But in this movie, Damsel, it was a dragon. A small dragon, but a dragon.
and she was
So-
an ancient dragon.
Yeah, she's supposed to be an
So-
ancient dragon.
Now, does this dragon look better than Dragonheart?
I would say round par with it.
Mm.
Because I love Dragonheart. That was such
Yeah.
a good movie.
I would say better graphics as far as like new gen graphics. They have a much better dynamic lighting that you can see on the CGI.
Yeah.
But as far as like the dragon like design itself, amazing. And I love the fact that they did a female dragon and they chose this voice actor. She is just
Yeah,
freaking
she-
amazing.
Valerie.
She did a great job. And like when, the princess is thrown down there and she's trying
Don't
to
give
figure out
anything
what's
away.
Listen, I'm just going to give you this one little tidbit. And then when all of a sudden, like us D&D players would kind of know, like when you go around a dragon's lair, like they know you're there before you know where they're at. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they can sense you, they can smell you, they're intelligent, whatever. So when she's down there and she's going around and then all of a sudden she says, what was it, Gina? I'm not quoting this word for word, but it was along the line of, so what is your name? And she's like, the girl's like, oh crap, And it's like, yep, she knows you're there. She's coming
Speaking
for
of-
you.
Speaking of dragons, doesn't Kodak kind of favor a dark miniature version of Falcor?
Oh,
little bit.
yeah.
He
a little
does.
bit, a little bit curly headed for Falcor
Doesn't it
though.
look like Falcor?
With
He
floppy
does.
ears.
Good old Falcor.
Melissa,
All
what
right.
was the last movie you've seen?
movie would be Dune.
Dune
Which
I want
I've
to see that
also
so
seen.
Part
bad.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, how was it compared to the old ones? Would you say it meets expectations?
Well, Gina's gonna pick this apart because that's just her thing. But me personally,
Yes.
I loved it. I thought it was better than the first new episode that they did. Because I think the first episode was more of a backstory, I guess you would say. But it had to build up to part 2. So for those that it's not seen, I will say there will be a part 3. It was really good. They put more of the old, I guess what you say, Gina, more of the old movie of Dune into the second one.
When you say old movie, you're like the very first one that came out of
Mhm.
Dune. They
Yeah.
put that back into it, which I heard that they have done that, and I like that they done that.
Mm-hmm.
Because I think the original, the first one, was way better than the one that came after before this,
Yeah, the first episode. Yeah.
Yeah, way
Mhm.
better.
Mm-hmm.
Now look at Gina. She's like, I got a lot to say.
My thoughts on Dune 2. Not as good as the original as far as its ability to tell the story. Now, of course, the Dune 2 and Dune 1, the newer versions, are incredibly long. So they have amazing cinematography. They have amazing CGI, especially with like the dragonfly-esque, helicopters or whatever you want to call them. They did amazing overall on that. But as far as like just telling the story, I think they kind of fell flat. The first one was worse, in my opinion, than the second one. But I'll give you a great example. When Mordiv drinks the water of life, you're expecting, this climactic part, because it really is, even in the books, it's this moment where all the other prophecies, there's nothing else that, with all the other ones he could maybe fake, could be coincidence, but that particular one, surviving the drinking of the water of life, he can't fake that shit. It will kill you. So, in the first one, if you've never seen it, he's out in the desert. He's surrounded by dunes and stuff. Everybody else is kind of like sitting away from him. They're like, "What the heck are you doing?" And he's like, "I'm going to drink it," and he chugs it back. And then he's going through this, freaky deaky crap, and you know how it was like, what was it, like early 80s or whatever it was made?
Yeah.
So they have all those weird flashes and stuff going on. But then at the end, when he, I guess, survives or whatever, when he becomes, Mordiv, whatever the hell you want to say it, the scene cuts back and you see sandworms all around him, and it's like they're looking at him as if, and there's no way in hell, if you're a person watching this, that you don't get, okay, he really truly is special. At this moment, he's literally, sandworms are like bowing to him. They didn't do that in the news version. Instead, they had it in a different location. I don't want to ruin it, but I'm just saying that should have been a very climactic moment. And they kind of do that over and over and over again. When he's first doing, in the first one where he puts his hand into the box. That was a moment when the Aes Sedai realized, hey, there's something up with this kid,
You might want to not tell too much more.
Okay.
Yeah.
I guess what I'm saying
I'm like,
is,
I will kill you if you tell me anymore, because I never watched the old one.
Okay.
Oh, what?
What?
No, I have never seen it. So,
Okay.
no spoilers.
I guess what I'm saying is the way they told the story in the first one, with the campy ass CGI and all this stuff.
They could have done so much better knowing they had that much technology.
They could have.
I think their thought process in this was because of the original movie. it was told so quickly, but it was told really
Right.
well.
Right.
I think money purpose wise, that they drug it out to make more episodes. You know what I mean? I think that was the whole point
Oh yeah.
to
I
me.
mean, it's the same thing with, some of the other movies. Like they could have done The
But
Hobbit in one movie, but they didn't.
right, but like you said, to have that technology, they could have done it
Oh yeah.
way better, way better.
That's my biggest pet peeve about this movie is just those moments that book in the first movie, those climactic moments, those oh my gosh moments where
hmm
like you building up, and
Dude,
what happened?
Yeah.
man.
Cock block.
But have you
You know?
noticed a lot of directors that film movies based off of books do that? It's like they want to change it up and make a little bit of it their own or whatever. I don't know. But
Who's
the
doing
writers,
dishes?
Yeah.
sorry.
It's fine. It's fine.
But yeah, that's what it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Make that man get in there and do dishes.
Yes, sit down there. Yeah, man.
But yeah, I agree. I'm like Melissa said. When it comes to movies, I'm so cynical about them. I pick them apart, and it's because I have been so spoiled on the movies from growing up, and some of them are just crap. Some of them are
Well,
crap.
I think it's more than that for you. I think it's more of the artistic side of you.
Yeah, a
That
little
you
bit.
know that it can be done so much better.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
that almost
maybe.
makes me think
Mhm.
Yep.
you should have leaned in more into that field.
Yep.
Maybe I should.
Yes.
I don't know. I don't
Yeah.
know.
Ooh,
But-
Gina would be the most bitchiest director.
I'd be so terrible.
Yeah.
I would.
No,
No one would work
you
for
do
me.
your part. You do your part. You do it right.
No, cut.
I can't
I'm not-
believe you than the way you're saying it. Say it better. Give me more
Dang.
feeling.
Feeling, yeah. It's not believable.
Are you supposed to look dead? You don't look dead to me.
And I think part of it is because when it comes to storytelling, I am very spoiled because my husband's a great storyteller. So I'm
he needs to be a
spoiled.
writer.
He really does. Oh my
yeah.
gosh.
Maybe the two should collab in the household. I'm just
Well,
saying.
I've tried. I'm just saying. I've tried.
Tell
But,
him, I mean, he's not getting no younger. I mean, you have something out there.
well, we've actually been talking about maybe,
I know
doing a
you're
little
listening to
something,
this.
something.
You're listening
Yeah, we know
to
you'll
this.
listen. But we'll see. There may be a future collab coming up. I don't know. But he is just an amazing
Oh, wait a minute.
storyteller.
Wait a minute. You had a book you were thinking of doing.
I did.
I won't go any further with that, only because I know it's a sensitive, most authors like.
Well,
Yeah.
it's that, but I'm also really busy. So, with other projects going on, and so I've not really been able to devote a lot of time with it. But
This is a person with ADHD that can't focus on one project. She has many little things.
it's true.
She'll start here on this, and
What
like,
can I say?
yeah,
I
squirrel,
mean,
yeah, squirrel. Did you say squirrel? Oh,
Squirrel.
no.
Yeah, I'm like a dog. I can't help it. I mean, like chew on this thing a little bit, that little thing a little bit. I mean, if you look around, behind me, you can kind of see some of my stuff. This room is entirely full of crafting material, and even this thing right here is not fully finished yet. So it's just me. I can't help it. I'm sorry.
Mm.
But I have dedicated myself to this podcast.
Yes, you
can see
have.
that.
You've done really well.
I've been here every day on time, all the time. I've done
Mhm.
all this editing and stuff in the background, so you need to shut up.
No, I'm just listen. I'm not jumping on you. I'm just saying I know what you're capable of. Is all I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
Well, what I'm saying
Mhm.
is that there might be a project coming up that me and the husband may be doing together.
Oh,
We'll see
nice.
how it goes.
Cool.
Yeah.
So that's
And
just so
I
cute.
may invite some people I know to that project.
Mm-hmm.
Melissa, probably not you because you don't play D&D, but we'll see.
No, no.
It'd be fun if she did come, just because she's new, to see
Yeah.
how her reactions would be. Just
I would be like a deer in headlights, lost.
Oh my gosh.
First
that's
of all.
the reason why it would be so fun.
You know
Because
how,
I'm like,
know
I don't know what the hell you're
how,
talking about.
you know how Adam can really make you get into character?
Mhm.
Like he's made people cry before, Melissa. Like with his
not in a bad way.
not in a bad way,
Mm.
but in his ability to make you feel like you're right there, and you can hear, see, and smell everything. The way he describes it, it's
Yeah.
He's really good at
unbelievable.
describing.
Yeah,
It's like Stephen King, Eat Your Heart Out.
yeah.
He's so good.
Dragon,
So
look at
I mean,
staring.
I wish I could share that storytelling with the world, and so he's got it in his brain. He's never put it on paper. It's such a shame. So
Well, you know what? There's all recordings. There's
Right?
always
Mhm.
video recordings, and
Yep.
have someone to.
a
Transcribe.
ghostwriter or something. Yeah. But
Yep.
well, AI nowadays, you could almost have it do it.
Exactly.
Mhm.
It's not insane.
Ugh.
All right, let's get back on topic, ladies. All right,
It
so
Movies.
back to Dune. The only thing I know much about, I watched the first one, the first chapter or whatever you want to call it, last week. Then my whole family got COVID, so then I was going to go watch the new one in theaters, so I haven't seen it. But what I do know is that all the SNL skits for the popcorn bucket.
Oh,
Oh my god.
It's not right. They're like, hold the popcorn, add the butter.
Does it make me actually want to go see Kung Fu?
Panda, the new one?
Yeah.
Cyrus wants to go see it too.
Me too. Yeah. I
Well, Cynthia,
love that guy.
Oh, for me,
what movie have you seen? Yeah.
the newest one would have to be Wonka.
Oh,
Oh,
that was a good
Don't
one.
you just eat it up, Gina. Nuh-uh.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, I was just making sure.
So
I could also hear Kodak a minute ago. He was whimpering.
Yes, he was.
But anyway, go ahead, Cynthia.
I enjoyed it. I took my son to go see it, and he liked it so much that he had to have a date with his girlfriend to go see it together.
Oh yeah.
So, yeah.
I'm sure he loved it that much.
Oh, definitely. So I enjoyed it because it kind of gave me like as a kid, I always wondered, how did Wonka get his factory? How did he get his big start? Like, was he
Mhm.
always just around? Is he like immortal or whatever? But now as an adult, I'm like, okay, he's just another man. And that's how Charlie and the Chocolate Factory happened, because Charlie is the little boy that took over his factory and became the most weirdest weirdo in the world. Anyway, I thought it was interesting. Is it better than the original Willy Wonka? No, I do not think so. But I think it's fun that they tried.
It sounds like it's in a different class.
They went a different way with it, but I like
Mhm.
it. I like the way they did it.
The way I look at it is, after I watched it, and if you haven't seen it, you will find out that there is a lot more humans in it, and he becomes
Mhm.
kind of like their family. But you're like, where are
Mhm.
they at in his factory in the next movie, in the next leg of the series, So I know where the Wonkas are, the little, what do you call it?
Oompa
Loompas.
Loompas.
Loompas. But I know where they are, but I am like, but you don't see any other humans, in his factory, except the people that come to visit. So I don't know. It makes you question some stuff about the storyline, but I liked it. I thought it was a good story, and it was definitely appropriate for kids. And I don't know.
I started this series on Netflix, not movie series, Airbender.
Me too.
It is really good, y'all.
It's very close to the cartoon. I'm really
Yes.
liking it.
Gina's
Look
face
at
is killing me.
I liked it. I really do. I like it.
I haven't seen it yet.
I hate that you're so unimpressed with anything. I mean,
She is
come on.
a big critic.
Listen, I was a huge fan of The Last Airbender, the cartoon.
Yes, I know what you're talking about.
Huge fan.
As Jenna says, when she don't like something, and they make me think of Rotten Tomatoes, how they critic, the critics of the movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Jenna's new thing is, when she don't like something, she'll go, tomato, 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 tomato.
Definitely. Okay, it's not M. Night Shyamalan Airbender. It's not anywhere that bad, but it's still not. No.
I really enjoy it. I think that they
changed
hit.
Aang, bruh. What the hell?
It's not that much changed.
What are you talking about? Aang in the original was super go lucky fun and loved to, screw around and just be a kid.
But
in the new one, what's he do? What's he do? What's that Aang do? Huh?
The only thing with the new one that I can see that they're rushing it
they are.
compared to having and it being a series. I don't understand. I'm sure it's money. I'm sure it's money. The reason why they're rushing it. I didn't look to even see how many episodes it is, but anyway, because I've not finished it. 8. Okay, so I'm getting close. But anyway, I think that's the reason. I think they're rushing it a little too much.
Sure.
Yeah, and I think if they didn't do that, they could bring more of Aang out to where, like in the cartoon, how he's got to learn all the elements and really getting to be, his kid side. You get to see more of his kid sides.
I wish they did it in a more serialized series, where they could have season 1, season 2, season 3, whatever.
Right.
Because then they didn't have to work. And because of that, what we end up having is an Aang that is literally not the character from the original, in my opinion.
But here's the thing that I can say. All the characters, like Aang, the brother and the sister, I can't because I'm terrible with names.
Katara.
I think they all really look like them. Though.
They do.
They did a decent job. Katara looks good.
Her brother.
Sokka is.
Sokka.
I am not a fan of what the Sokka character. I'm sorry, but that jawline kills me every time I see him on camera. I'm just like, what the heck is going on in your face?
He looks like him, though.
But they did take his most flirty side away, which I thought was a little sad.
You mean his male chauvinistic side away, which that was part of his learning as a character, was that he started out this male chauvinist.
They kind of
still do, but
a little bit, but not much.
It's not a lot.
It's not so much in your face. Like even Cyrus pointed it out. He's like, "Mom, yeah, it's he's not. That's not Sokka." He said he's not into the ladies. But what I think is about they took, what is it, like 30 episodes of the first season and smushed it into 8. So what I think, they took all of Aang's very serious moments in the series and made them collaborate to where they would try to follow in the same timeline, because that's the only way they're going to be able to do it.
Honestly, we could be here all night if you guys asked me every little thing that's wrong with it. Because I mean, there's so many things that I thought that I would look at them and be like, "Oh, why did you do that? Why did you do that?"
I think it fits. I really think it's funny.
But I think compared to the movie, and we all know how bad that was, the series is so much better. It is, to me, it is just as good as the cartoon. Almost.
Okay, but so there's that. So because we know we can go on and go on. Did you see where the new dragon? What's it called, off of Game of Thrones? The new season's about to come out.
Snow. No,
no, Snow.
Oh, what is
Oh,
it called?
my mind just went blank.
I
Oh my
forgot the name
god,
of it
Queen of
too.
Dragons? Is it Queen of Dragons? No,
Are you talking about
Mother of Dragons?
it's
No?
the Denari. Yeah,
Targaryen? It's the second season coming out.
yeah,
Did you watch the first one?
I
yes,
did.
I did.
Yeah, I watched the first one. It took me forever. I eventually got
Of
around
course
to it.
it did. Of course it did.
I'm sorry. I'm
Gina.
sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I still have PTSD from the ending of the Game of Thrones. I'm sorry.
I know.
I'm like, I don't want to be disappointed again. You know. And so
Yeah.
I just didn't want to watch it because I was
But
like,
you
oh
know,
god, it's gonna be terrible.
it's hard to find if you're that type of person that likes those type of movies. It's so hard to find anything out there that you can enjoy to watch. You know,
Yeah.
Okay,
Well,
girls, it's called
Story
House
of my life.
Dragons.
House of
House of
Dragons.
Dragons. That's it.
Thank you.
Mm.
That was your payoff.
I personally enjoyed them. I like them.
I didn't think they were bad.
I like how they are, introducing more dragons, and I like how they're telling more of the Targaryen side, the
Mhm.
history and things like that. I like the actors and the actresses. I like it all.
But like I said, I think it's just it's hard to find those type of movies out there, and knowing that there's a director out there that can do it, to justify
Mhm.
each of those.
Listen. Amazon is X. Listen, hire me, because I will help you redo the Lord of the Rings or whatever. Because what you did was blasphemous. I
Who did this? Who did this?
on
Amazon. Okay.
Amazon.
That's right. It was Amazon.
Yeah. Oh,
Was it? Are you sure?
yes.
I thought it was
Yes.
HBO.
It was Amazon. And
Anyway,
then
Matt Smith that plays Damien, that's my favorite character
I don't
in
remember
the
their
House of
names.
Dragon.
It wasn't that important to me.
Oh my word.
She got destroyed by the ending of
I
Game of
did.
Thrones.
I did.
She's like, I'm never going to watch another thing that comes out for this.
But the Wheel of Time, like, another
Ooh,
amazing series.
Yes.
No, girl.
That was good.
No.
It's not doesn't go by the books at all, but
No.
No,
Shut
it
up.
doesn't. But
Shut
it's
up.
still good.
it
No,
is
I
good.
mean, here's
It
the
ain't.
thing. Listen, you gotta look at it in the perspective, Regina. You gotta look at it in a perspective as somebody that's never read the books.
I don't gotta look at it no way, okay?
I'm just saying, somebody like me, because I never read the books. I only knew pieces, so therefore I'm not gonna be able to critique it like
Girl,
you
let me tell
are.
you something. I've read the books. And even the books are not all that great in some things. Some of the books are boring as some of them are okay. But what they did to that story, Robert Jordan is rolling in his grave, son. He is like, what have you done? What have you done to my boy? What have you done to my boy? Because I'm telling you,
Are you talking about the main guy? The
not
dragon?
just the
Bran?
main guy, but all of them. They screwed them all, man. All of them. Yes.
I don't know. I didn't think they were that bad.
I honestly like it. Ryan is currently listening to The Wheel of Time. And so he was excited to watch the series, and halfway through he pauses. He's like, "What the frig is this?" And then I'm like, and then he says, "I'm afraid to watch it. Is it going to spoil anything else for me?" Because he's like, This is something that happened in the second episode that happened like halfway through the book, and I was like,
yeah.
that's just the way they do it. And he's like, this is stupid. This is so stupid. And I'm like,
So do we
lot of the
know who
stuff that they
directed
did-
it?
who I don't know.
We can look
I
it
mean, we
up.
can look it up, but
Okay, someone look it up
whoever
real
did
quick.
it
okay.
needs to get out of show business and never touch
Let-
another movie again.
Are we
The same
sure
people
it's
who
not?
did Lord of the Rings. It's probably the same freaking people who did
That's
Lord
what
of
I
the
was
Rings.
going to say.
I want to think that they need to get more D&D nerdy people to
They
do
really do.
fantasy movies.
But okay. Listen.
Well, more
So the
nerdy
Witcher,
D&D
the Witcher
people need to
series,
become directors.
Episode 1
Yeah.
was amazing. I loved episode 1 of The Witcher, and I was on board with it. I've read the books, I played the games, loved.
I'm still in
loved
mourning.
season 1
I'm still
of
in
The
mourning.
Witcher.
I know,
I know.
Melissa. It's not
You
right.
know
still
why
in
he
mourning.
quit? You know why he
Yes.
quit?
Yes.
Because they were going away from the source material.
I know, but I still love him.
Because he was like, "No, I'm
Don't we
not
all?
doing this. I'm not going to be a part
He
of it." Oh,
is
honey,
the perfect Witcher.
Yes.
Okay.
Melissa,
He really
you
is.
have to
Just to
Google
give our-
him.
No,
Google him. No, listen. You got to
I know.
Google him in gray sweatpants.
No.
No.
Girls,
Do it.
hold on. Listen. Let's give our listeners the name to the he in which we are
It is
speaking of.
Henry Carvel. Henry Carvel.
Henry Carvel
Henry
And-
Carvel.
in gray sweatpants.
in gray sweatpants.
In gray sweatpants.
So you were asking who directed it?
Yeah.
It is
That abomination.
Kira Kirayan. Is that how you pronounce it?
Is that a woman?
Ciaran. Last name Donnelly.
Is that a woman?
I'll find
Sounds
out.
like it.
Fired. Get back in the kitchen.
Oh, oh, oh my God.
Mhm. You don't need to be working, honey. You need to get back in the kitchen. You suck.
Oh my, jeez. I mean,
Do
can't she
lifetime
just go,
movies.
you know?
Do Lifetime Nudies.
Yeah, go back to Lifetime.
It's a
girl.
guy.
Do something else.
It's a guy.
Okay.
And
All right,
he
get
is
in
an
fired.
Irish
Get in the kitchen.
film and television director.
Yeah, he needs to get in the kitchen.
Get in the kitchen. You're fired. Get in the kitchen. You suck. Okay.
Now let's see who.
Never do it again.
Oh man.
I'm just saying I'm all the way with Henry, and I'm really upset that even he
Gray
just not even do Superman. He's the best Superman.
Tell us how you really
I
feel.
I know. He was.
No, he did a good job for who as many people as we've had who's tried to do Superman. I think he did the best.
He did.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
He
For
definitely
sure.
looked like Clark Kent. So get
Totally off.
So go ahead.
and the guy that directed Game of Thrones was David Benoff.
Okay,
Game
two
of
different
Thrones,
people.
or
Game of Thrones.
yeah, but I can't blame the guys who directed Game of Thrones because it wasn't their fault.
And
Right.
the first one and the later
someone didn't finish his damn book. It was his fault
No.
that they screwed up the last season.
No.
but that's who
Yes, it was.
but that's
Yes,
No.
it
who
was.
directed it and ruined it was David Benoff. That was who did the last part of Game of Thrones.
David Benoff, you're fired. Get in the kitchen. You suck.
Get in
Okay,
the
let's go ahead.
kitchen.
It's like
Oh my God.
Get in the kitchen.
Benioff, or how you pronounce it.
All right, so who did
He's done.
the
Put him on the list.
the Lord of the Rings or whatever the series?
Lord
The
of the
Lord of
Rings.
the Rings series, or I'm sorry, what was it? The Ring. Who
Trilogy.
did the Ring trilogy?
I couldn't even finish it.
I'm not asking you to finish it now.
No,
I'm
I mean
asking
like
you
I
who did it.
it was just bad.
Tiffany's losing her shit.
Wayne
It was so bad.
Chip.
Wayne Chip.
CHE space YIP.
3-man back to back. Loser.
Wayne Chip.
They all
You're
need to get in
fired.
the kitchen.
Get in the kitchen. You suck.
Oh my God. Like, what's going on?
To the people at Amazon and to the people at Netflix, hire me. Okay?
Hire her.
I'm a nerd
Big time. She
and
can
I'm
draw.
amazing.
She can draw. Kodak, did you not say? See, Kodak is very upset with you. Very upset. Amazon. Right?
That's right.
Tell him.
Tell him.
Tell him, Kodak.
Tell him. Yes.
Tell Kodak. Say, get the kitchen to fire.
I like that
Oh,
little
yeah.
bark he did. He was like, "Oh."
Yeah.
Okay, so
And
yeah,
just somebody that's been aggravating me. I can't think of the dude's name, but he plays Deadpool.
Ryan
but
Reynolds.
I
Ryan
really
Reynolds.
listen. I really love him, but
Me too.
I don't like him as Green Lantern.
God, he
No one
hates
did.
it too.
Even Ryan Reynolds didn't like him as Green Lantern.
He
Listen,
makes fun of it by killing Green
This
Yeah.
is true.
Yeah.
This is
Listen.
true.
So to me, what is his name? Iris, the black guy, Iris. Oh my
Girl.
gosh, his name just totally left me. He would make the perfect. Don't leave just because I said that.
He's upset with you because you didn't know.
Yeah, Iris.
What did he play in?
Yeah.
He played in some movies. He does Luther. It's a British show, like a.
Oh
it's
yeah.
Luther.
Yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Anyway, he would make the perfect
I'll look it up.
Green Lantern.
You said Luther.
Yes, Luther. I think it's a British show, cop kind of like
It's-
series.
Adiris Elba.
Yeah,
Hang
Him.
on, Adiris. He actually kind of looks like him from the comic book.
yeah. And
Yeah.
he's got that sultry British.
Like deep
Just-
voice.
Yes, I just think he would be the perfect.
Mufasa, Mufasa, Mufasa.
Yeah, yeah.
Love
And
it.
he kind of makes me think what's the cartoon? He goes, I'm so good you gotta say my name 3 times. Mojo, Mojo, Mojo.
Oh, you're
Mojo.
thinking of oh my
Why am I
God!
doing this? I'm
Why
so
are you
sorry.
doing this to me?
Anyway, anywho, I really
Mojo's
do think
Adventure.
he
I have no
he
idea.
really needs to play. He really needs to play Green Lantern.
I'll give you
Yeah,
guys. He looks like him.
Yes, and if you just watch him and his actions, his body build, all of it, he would be perfect. Perfect.
I'm looking at a picture right now. I wish I could share my screen. But anyway, yeah, he
Yeah.
looks like the comic book version. He
Yeah.
really does. He would make a good one.
I would have to remove my camera because somebody is getting highly upset. And it's getting dark in here.
It is getting dark, and then you need to turn on that.
Yeah.
I'd like to see you.
Not much
So-
to see your cakes.
So while you do that, Cynthia, I'm going to start with you. What was your worst overall, without saying The Last Airbender, because it's a given? What would you say is the worst remake ever?
Oh God, remake.
Remake ever. You
Mm.
can't say The Last Airbender because that's a given. That is literally the worst ever.
I'm trying to think.
It could be a Disney remake.
It could be a Disney remake.
Yeah, any remake.
God, this is hard.
So I know mine. You want me to tell you mine?
You do yours while I'm
Yeah,
thinking
you
on
go
mine.
ahead. Let Cynthia grind some
The
gears.
one that I was excited to watch, and then I watched it, and I was like, "What am I watching? What is this?" Is Footloose. When they
Yeah, I never
remade
seen the remake.
Footloose, I was just like, "No, I couldn't watch it." I had
Is
turned it
that
off.
bad? Huh? I'm glad I haven't seen it.
I was so upset. I was just like, "Nope, it's not Kevin Bacon. This is awful. I don't know what this is."
Kevin Bacon.
I turned
If
it
it ain't
off.
got bacon, I don't want it.
I'm not gonna lie, I can't do many remakes. It's hard for me to do any really remakes. I don't know why. I mean, they're just it's easy to do an action pack, but stuff
Yeah.
like that, it's just
Mhm.
really hard because you're gonna. It's like doing Sweet 16 or Pretty in Pink all over. I don't know if I could do it.
Yeah, yeah. I
You
think
know?
I think
Exactly.
when you've got a
Mm.
certain movie that the actor themselves literally made that movie, it's
Yeah,
gonna be really
yeah,
hard to remake it. And I mean,
yeah.
a great example of that, and it's kind of weird how it kind of turns out, but would be like The Breakfast Club and Pretty in Pink. You could not redo those movies. You
You
just can't.
you could,
But they would suck.
and for it to be modern versions,
Yeah. Yeah, we couldn't do it.
Yeah. Text me later, babe.
no, we didn't have that then.
So, Melissa, which one is yours? What do you think is the worst that you've seen remake?
And like I said, I've not really watched a lot of them because if it's not, I can watch. If I see the trailer of a remake, I know instantly I won't watch
That you
it.
don't like it? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. If it's got the action pack like Doom or Spider Man or it, and by the way, stop making Fast and Furious. Stop it.
There you go. That could be
Stop
your
it.
remake.
There's so many of those.
Fast,
I know.
It's
I watched
ridiculous.
two, the first two, and I was done.
All right, you guys want to hear what I think is one of the worst remakes?
Go
What's
ahead.
this?
Go ahead.
Ghostbusters.
Ah,
The female version.
Yeah.
I never saw it because I saw the
Yeah.
preview and I was like, no.
Oh,
the new one's about to come out.
Yeah, but it's got
okay.
the original
and I have
cast
my
in it.
reservations.
Yeah, it does, but they had to do that because the second remake was so bad. I said
It was so bad.
that they thought, okay, we'll just do it this time, and all of them are still alive, barely. We'll go ahead and do another one.
Like
So-
I'm a fan of Melissa McCarthy.
Yeah,
So-
Oh, love
yes.
her.
Yeah, me. Yeah.
So
Yes.
I
Yeah,
was
me
like,
too.
if Melissa McCarthy's in it, it's going to be good because I love Melissa McCarthy. I was
Yeah.
wrong. I was so dead wrong. That was the worst. It was such the worst. I'm so sorry, Melissa McCarthy, but that was bad. Oh God.
Okay.
I think they should.
Yeah.
I think there needs to be a part 2 of Bridesmaid.
Oh, yeah.
That would be amazing.
Oh, yeah. The part where they
Wedding
was
number
taking a
duels.
For
when
sure.
they in the bathroom, the whole
Oh,
know,
yeah.
I'm gotta take I know she's in the sink. It's
Don't look at
I'm
me.
out. Don't
Don't
look
look at me.
I was dying.
Don't look at me.
It's happening.
Don't look at
It's happening. Yeah.
Don't look at
so
me.
good. Oh God.
Yeah.
She's
the
the
best.
best.
Great. It's great.
So did
The
you ever come
other
up with one?
remake
Cynthia?
that I really, really liked was
Yeah.
Top Gun.
Yeah.
When they
Well,
Didn't see it.
I wouldn't necessarily call.
Oh.
I wouldn't necessarily say that was a remake because they had the same actors. I would call that more of a number, like a 2.
a part 2,
like a
yeah,
sequel.
yeah, okay,
Future.
yeah, you're
It's
right.
a future.
Yeah,
It's
it's
a
'cause it
future.
had the same actors in it except for like a couple. And
You're right.
No.
You're right.
Oh.
I mean, but they did a great
Mm-hmm.
job with that. It was like as good as the original.
Mhm.
I don't know
They
if it's good as
did
the
a
original.
phenomenal job.
I
Oh
think
yes,
I think it was good.
It
It
was
was-
still good. It was still good.
they did a
Mhm.
great job with it. So
All right. So mine, I had to really think on it. Is Carrie.
Carrie.
I didn't watch that.
I didn't watch it either.
I
See,
didn't
that's
either.
one, if that was another one, I saw the previews and I was like,
Yeah,
no, no.
It was you ever have one of those nights where you're bored half to death and you're like, I've already watched everything I could binge watch and there's no video
Yeah.
games or nothing to keep you occupied. You're like, I gotta find
Oh, yeah.
something to watch. Well, it was on and it was free and I was like, I'm gonna watch it. I got halfway through it and I was like, this is not even scary. I remember watching the first one and it was just so good. Like, I know the effects was not like the best compared to now, but it was
Mhm.
still better. Like the
Why do
acting
you-
was
Yes.
better and everything was better.
Why do you think that directors and producers nowadays seem to have a harder time telling good stories, whereas before they I don't know. Like even in just one movie, they seem to have a much easier time telling
You
stories.
want
Do you think it's the
It's
writers or
I think it's almost like they gloss their imagination to things. Like technology has taken so much
yeah?
to me, and it's like back then that was the only way. They were more out to write stories and just. I mean, I'm pretty sure I'm off, but anyway, I just feel like,
no, I think you're onto something because a lot of these
yeah,
newer generation they had computers, they were glued to their phones, and now us we were forced to use our imaginations growing up, and like I told my
but
son to go.
there is so many books out there they could put
Oh,
together. Oh,
Oh,
we lost her. It kept showing it was trying to reconnect on my end.
she'll come back.
But yeah, it is. There's so many books out there that they could do that.
Yeah,
You know, they
you know,
could make better read, but it's just it's yeah.
I think it's a combination of things. I think one, the Writers Guild itself, like the actual union or the guild itself, is not helping in any way by like the writers that they have now. These studios, they have to, the way they have everything structured, they have to go to these writers guilds in order to get writers for their movies and their shows.
Mhm.
To me, that limits the well, the talent that's out there, and there's a lot of great talent out
That's
there.
another thing. Quit. And here's my pet peeve: stop grabbing these actors that's played in movies or shows that were shit, and you try to get them to be so serious, and you can't take that actor serious because you've seen them playing all this other stuff, and it's just embedded in your brain. Give somebody a chance. Give an actor out there you've never heard of, and give that person a chance. Irritating.
I agree with you. I think it would be nice to, for one, stop trying to fill some kind of like
With
quota.
celebrity crushes.
Just try not to fill some kind of like politically correct quota. Just tell the story. And it doesn't matter to me what race somebody is or whatever, where they come from. As long as they're a good actor and they're great for the role, put them in there.
They fit the
But
part.
if they fit the part, because you're telling a deadgum story, okay? And if your story is you're telling a biopic of the story in Great Britain, make them all British, okay?
Yeah,
But
yeah.
if you're telling a story where everybody is, and if it's all in Africa, make them all African. Don't put no white people in there.
well, there's
But
white people Africans.
no, shut up. You know what I'm saying?
That's what she meant.
I'm talking about historical. Don't try and feel some kind of like quota. Just put the best people in the job.
It's Hollywood too. It's like they just don't look good enough on camera. They're too fat, or they just don't fit the part
Yeah,
in
you know what?
your
Shut up.
eyes.
Shut up,
Yeah.
you're fired. You're suck. Get in the kitchen. Just tell good stories. Get the talent out there. Find people that tell really good stories. With the internet, you got so easy to find good storytellers.
Yes, yeah.
It's so easy to find those people nowadays. They're there in your face.
It's like they're
Yeah.
running.
Find them.
It's like the people that they have now just cannot come up with a good story anymore. You can't find a good
Yeah.
movie anymore. They're grabbing stuff from back in the 70s to
They're
remake it.
remaking everything, yeah.
Yeah.
And it's just like, come on, bros.
Like,
you know?
This would be a good series, would it not?
Oh, yes.
Yeah,
I haven't read
Sarah J. Maas. If you're out there, Sarah, we love your book.
Yes.
I love your books. My daughter plans on having a tattoo. So her friend that just passed away this last week was a huge fan, and she plans on having something to remember her best friend that passed away. Having the sword from this, because that little girl that passed, which was a young lady, 23 years old, huge fan. They shared everything about that book, and she wants to have that for
So what's
her
the
That's
author's
to honor
name
her.
again?
Sarah J.
That's precious.
Maas.
All right, so Sarah Moss, send this
MAAS.
lady a signed copy of your book,
Moss.
or
Sarah
reach out to
Moss.
us and we'll send you a book signed so that maybe she can get that signature with the tattoo. That'd be cool.
Yeah, because
Anyway,
she wants to give that in honor of her friend, just that she'll never forget her. And they would call each other every night. They would talk about those books, and it's a heart wrenching, but yeah.
and we've got at
Very
least
good.
3 or 4 cooks in the kitchen that have been fired recently, so we're good
We
in the
need
kitchen for
this series.
today.
We need this series in a movie.
So
It will
yeah, so
be
Sarah,
good.
listen. If anybody approaches you to do that book,
Talk to us first.
talk to us first, okay? We
We
will
want to
help
be
you.
yes.
We
We
will.
will help you. We will make sure we will put the law down and make sure
We
that
will
whoever
have
is
their
producing
back.
it or whatever,
We
that
will have their
they will not be able to breathe without us up their noses. Be like, no.
You just don't know the dedication of a Southern woman.
That's right. That's right. We got you, Sarah.
We got you.
All right,
We do.
and with that, we're going to wrap it up for this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. And if you're new out there, we do have a Patreon. Please go over there. Please go over there and sign up. Join on our Patreon.
Yeah.
And leave us a message. We're actually in the future, some of the shows, we're going to take voice recordings that you guys leave for us. And any questions and stuff, we'll pick a few of them every week, and we're going to include them and answer them at the end of every show. So please leave us a voice message. Yeah. All right.
Or
Well,
if
we'll
you
see you
just
guys
if you
next
don't
week.
have the ability to do a voice message, just send us a message on TikTok, Instagram,
Email.
Facebook, email, however you want to do it, and we can
Yeah.
read your message and we can answer you.
Get in our DMs.
Yeah,
That's right.
That's what the
Yeah.
cool kids
Slip
say.
in there.
What the cool
YouTube.
kids say.
We're
Slip
everywhere.
into my
Don't know. I'm
DM.
too old. All right. Ciao. See you guys
All right.
later.
Bye.
Peace out, guys.
Mwah.